What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the Collective Clips where you already know. Here, I present this and we get it in, right? In a menudo style and direct fashion, we're going to get straight into the content of the day. But before we do, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directed in the direction of the dope content I'm kicking right here on the Collective Clips. If you haven't tapped in to Gunners Collective TV, what are you waiting for? Make sure you tap in. That is the main channel, all day channel where it really goes down, right? But right here on the Collective Clips, I like to be myself a little bit and just do my thing. And I wanted to talk about a little bit of a different situation. Tell you guys a little story of what happened with me and Flaco from a convict's perspective back in the days, right? Where we found ourselves caught up in some real crazy shit, right? So, true story. You know, you could go on his channel and ask him. He'll tell you. Subsequently, since all that, man, it's cold. You know, sometimes you meet people and you take a liking to them and it's all good. And then it just doesn't work out. You know, the friendships just, it's better if everyone does their own thing, man. But I truly respect everybody involved in this story, man. And I have nothing bad to say about anyone, man. I judge men not by their past or their future, but what they do when they're in front of me. And he was a good dude to me, man. So that's that. So now, no hatred in 2024. That's the new model, right? We're just going to keep pushing. So, Flox had pulled up to meet up with me, man. It was our first time meeting. He had pulled up. Like I said, we had only heard each other's names and dealt with each other over the phone behind the scenes for this YouTube shit. So he decided to pull up, man, and we went to Portland, Oregon, right? And in Portland, Oregon, around this time, there was a lot of shit cracking off, man. Straight riots in the streets. You know, this was around the time when the Trump administration was, you know, people were tripping. There was a lot of shit going on between a group called Antifa and the Proud Boys. Now, I'm going to keep it totally honest with you, man. You know, my political views are my political views. I don't impress them upon nobody. I don't speak on them. This is not a platform for me to speak on my political views, but I do lean a little bit towards one way than the other. Let's just say I'm a little bit more conservative with my shit, right? That's just me. But I don't hate on anyone else for their views or whatever. I'm not the type to sit here and say, you guys are fucking up the world. Whoever's fucking up the world individually, they know who they are, right? I can't sit here as an ex-gang member and say that I didn't put my hand in the cookie jar and fuck up the world a little bit. I think we all do in some sort of way, right? But all we could do as grown men and as grown women is push forward and raise our children better and hope that they have a better world to live in. So anyways, we decided to go downtown, P-Town, right, Portland, and kind of do some tourist shit. You know, talk to people, maybe do some recordings, meet some of the unhoused people that are out there, people that are in the streets really living that rough life. Maybe give a few dollars to some people if we could. We didn't have much, but we just wanted to kind of see what the flavor was, the atmosphere out there. Now, little did we know there was a fucking march going on for Breonna. I think her name was Breonna Martin or Breonna something. It was a black girl that had been killed. So the BLM movement was out there thick, right? Which was a trip because one brother in sight, right? That BLM movement was all white people, young kids. And I mean, they were going crazy. I remember, so we're down there mobbing around, right? Seeing what we see. We hit a couple little spots, couple little clubs, had a few drinks in the midday time, right? Yes, we did. And so now as we bend a corner, one thing about Portland that I observed was every street, and I lived there before, but I never went downtown like that. Just never had a reason to, right? It kind of reminds me of a smaller New York City or a smaller San Francisco where it's very diverse. There's a lot of different people. Every different street, you're going to have tecatos on this street, fools off that good white on this street. Over here is going to be strippers, hookers, and doing their thing. A lot of compilation going on. And then you're going to hit another street and it's going to be a gang of brothers over there rapping. And, you know, so there's a little bit of something for everybody. So trip out. We fucking bend the block. And when we bend the block, we have to cross to get to this like main area. It's called Pioneer Square. So we're trying to get over there so we can interview some people or go eat or something. I forgot what it was. But there's a march going on. Now this was the Breonna Taylor, I believe it was, march. So this march is going on. There's hella BLM. So we kind of just got in the march. Next, you know, we're just in that motherfucker. Like, let's get it. We don't know what we're marching for. But we're buzzing, right? Because we had a few shots at the club. So as we're fucking just, or the bar, we're mobbing just like, yeah, we're not gonna take it, right? There was this lady. And we actually did this live. So if you ever want to go back to his live video, I think I don't know if he still has it on his channel, but it was live, right? So trip out. Fucking, this was around the time everybody was wearing masks because of the virus, right? But you know, everybody wore them up under the nose and shit. You know, no one, look it. in the beginning, nobody wanted to wear that shit, but we were kind of like, our hand was forced, right? So, you know, it was mandatory. So anyways, these people all got masks on, so we're just blending in, you know what I mean? And Flacco's a big, tall motherfucker, and we're just mobbing and kind of just tripping out on everything because you're not used to seeing this. Where we're from, where I'm definitely from, I'm not used to seeing that type of particular shit happening every day, right? And so, this one chick, she looked like a school teacher. She's pushing a stroller with her old man, and she tells Flacco, hey, pull your mask up because it's up under his nose, and he's buzzing at this time. So he's like, what? She's like, pull your fucking mask up. She gets crazy, right? Psychopath shit. And he's like, man, don't get your old man beat up. Straight up, right? And she's foaming out the mouth, spitting and everything. And he's just like, wow, right? So I'm like, hey, let's bust up out of here because fuck, hey, they're gonna, you know what I mean? The whole clan's gonna turn on us with pitchforks like we're Frankenstein. Let's mob. So we bend a few couple corners, and like I said, every different street and block is different. So as we're walking, I'm wearing a red mask. It says Supreme, right? It was a Supreme mask, the brand. And these guys are walking like our way. Now, little did I know, I found out later on, and now I know they were Antifa, which is a political group with an agenda. They lean more liberal, right? So anyways, this group, they see me and they're kind of staring at me, right? Because they think that the fucking mask I'm wearing means Supreme white power, right? But it doesn't. It's fucking Supreme brand, right? And shit, it was expensive, eh? It wasn't a bootleg one. So as I'm mobbing, they're kind of looking at me, I'm kind of looking at them, and I felt just some type of way. And I've always been the type of person, you can only stare at me for so long before I have to say something. My hand is forced. I don't know how you feel, but the way I feel is if someone's fucking staring, it's like, hey, bro, boo, motherfucker, what's happening, right? What's up? So I turn around, there's these three dudes, they're heavily geared up. These vatos look like they were fucking ready for war, like it was Afghanistan or something, right? So they're looking at me, so I turn around, I'm like, what's up, bro? And Flax turns around, he's big, right? So we both turn around, I'm like, what's up? And they're like, oh, no, we seen your mask now. We thought, and I said, and if it did, what? You know what I mean? What? Now I'm trying to pick a fight. Now it went from defensive stance to offensive. Now I'm on LaDainian Tomlinson shit. Now I'm Bo Jackson, right? What's up, bro? You know what I mean? Want me to run up on you, right? And they're like, no, for reals, man. We don't want no problems, sir. Just carry on now, right? So we bounced. Anyways, that was that. That was my first ever introduction into what the group Antifa was, and I wasn't impressed, right? So anyways, trip out. I go hit this different story now, right? So bam, that's the only mix we have with him, and it is what it is. So now I meet this chick. Okay, I meet this chick up here in Washington, and she's bad little white chick, right? So I said, thick, you know what I'm saying? Took her home and doubled up. And this ain't even a bedtime story, but it was bedtime that day, literally. So she tells me, hey, my old man, he's from a group called the Proud Boys, right? So I'm like, well, what's that? You know, to me it sounds rather Chiruhu-ish, right? It sounds like gay boy gangsters. She was like, no, they're a group that, you know, they go against Antifa, and well, anyway, she starts getting political and telling me their whole makeup and their rundown, right? And again, like I said, I have my beliefs, but I'm not really into that. Just give me a mamon. Fuck him and that, right? Sas. Proud Boy that. But she's like, no, they're really with the business and this and that. So after doing what I do with her about 6 times, she leaves, never to see her again. Thank the Lord, right? And then I start looking into it. And I see that this group is with the fucking activities. Like, meaning that both these groups, they go at it. So I'm like, whatever, that's some white shit. That's me. I'm just being honest with you. I'm not getting involved in that shit, even though Proud Boys, the founder, is a light-skinned black dude, right? But I'm just like, whatever. I'm not into all that fucking, if Trump gets voted in or he doesn't, it's on you, bro. Whoever you choose to be. I know this, man. When he was president, I had a lot of money. That I could tell you that much. And I could tell you with the fumble mouth over here, man, I'm broker than Baby Joker, right? That's just what it is. So anyways, I go visit some familia, right? And we're at my prima's pad, and it's late night, right? It's probably about, not late, but 10 or 11 o'clock at night. Her kids are asleep, and me and her old man, we're drinking in the fucking living room, right? Watching the game and shit, just kicking back, chopping it up, and we hear like an explosion, like boom. Like, what the fuck is that? We see like a bright light, so he looks out the window, like, they live like on it's kind of like you have to go down a gravel road, like, in California it would be like an alley, but in Washington it's a little bit different, right? It's like fucking, there's trees blocking shit, but he lives right in the center of town, kind of, so it's like a back alley spot, and he's like, fuck, you see that? And I said, damn, what's the UFO, eh? You know what I mean? He was like, let's go look. I said, fuck that, Bigfoot might get us. So anyways, we jump in the whip and we bend the corner. When we bend the corner, there's two groups. Old school A, I ain't going against the guns. American me style, right? Full battle armor, real life, right? Helmets, fucking bottles with fucking ARs, all that in the middle of the street. And they got fucking garbage cans on fire, burning in the streets. And I remember there was a shit, it was called ACAB or ACAB, fucking spray painted on there, ACAB. Anyways, there's all kinds of shit, and they're like about to go to war, and we cruise right in the middle of them, bumping. Young G's in the hood tried to come up, and they're looking at us like, you stupid Mexicans, right? My brother, I mean, my cousin, he's a white dude, or my cousin's old man, right? He's a white dude, and he's looking like, what is this, brother, right? Then we realize what it is, and a full-on melee breaks out. I'm talking about, these vatos were throwing bottles with all that, fire everywhere, women, children, people had their kids out there screaming, and it was, people were marching, they were playing heavy metal music. It was just like, I've never seen anything like it. I said, if there's ever going to be an end of the world, this is what it's going to look like. Whole bunch of people, different ethnicities just fighting. I was like, the revolution will not be televised, right? I remember I was turning the music up like, fuck that, let's aggravate them and bump, right? Well, what it was, so we ended up bouncing. It took us a long ass time, about a couple hours just to get through these people and get back. We're all going against the grain and shit. People are yelling at us, hitting the car. My fucking prima's old man's getting all mad because the shit's getting dented. So, and then they had burning garbage cans in the middle of the streets, the main streets. Just, it was chaos, right? It just happened. We were there earlier at the taco truck just down the street. Wasn't no shit. No, wasn't no going on, right? Few hours later, chaos, anarchy. And that's how quick it gets. And then we come to find out the next day that it was actually a melee. There several people got injured, arrested, everything. There was helicopters. It was a melee between the Proud Boys group and the Antifa group. Now, I know a lot of people focus on gang members, say they're the scourge of society and that being a gang member is low budget, and some people say cowards and you need a gang. But you know what's crazy is all these people that didn't grow up in poverty, they didn't grow up in the hood. I mean, you have people from everywhere, but a lot of these groups, you know, I don't know what their agenda is. It's a political agenda, man. And to me, they're like gangs too. Because they were gangbanging for real. Sometimes they were, and they didn't care. They didn't care what the cops were saying or what they're doing. At least the gang members will run. Like, fuck that. I ain't trying to go to prison, right? At least the gang member will tuck it real quick. Like, oh, fuck. Hey, there comes the black guy. Hide the gun, hide the gun, hide the gun. You hand it to the little homie. You know what I mean? Because we always believe back in the days they'll get less time. Here, hold that. And post up. No, Mr. Officer, I don't know shit. Hey, what is that sticking out of your pocket, my dick? You know what I mean? Straight up. You know what I mean? Hell nah. You sure that's not a gun? Come touch it and find out, eh? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? What's that in your hand? A Bud Light, right? And that's it. And, oh, no, I'm cool. I'm cool off the Bud Light. Thank you. Yeah, keep whatever you have in your pants there, okay? Because it's 9 millimeters long. And that's it. So, anyways, that was my first glimpse into that world, right? That political world. They be going at it, man. So, when I did live out there in Portland for a while, one other thing I seen, man, it was a big case out there. Was this vato. And I remember, man, I seen him one time walking down the street. There's a big main street there. And I had seen this guy, and he had an American flag, and he was all fucking, you know, political out, doing his thing, whatever. You see people like that, and you could tell he had some mental issues, man. And I don't make fun of people like that. You know, if anything, I try to look out for them. So I seen that he had a few issues, and he was screaming at the top of his lungs to people driving by in cars. And I thought one or two things: either he has some mental problems, or he's on scante, right? Or he's a guy with mental problems on scante, which is worse. But I remember seeing him. So not even years, but a few months later, I look into a newspaper, man, or I'm on the internet, excuse me. And this guy pops up on the internet. I guess he went on they have a subway there, kind of like the BART in the Bay Area, right? He goes on there and he actually killed a couple guys there. I think he slashed 3, cut their throats, killed one or two, right? He was harassing some Muslim girls. These other guys, just good regular citizens, man, stuck up to defend. They were white guys. They defended these black girls, these Muslim girls. And this guy felt some type of way, pulled out a filero and fucking gave him the business, right? Because he was on his crazy political shit. So, man, it goes down in this world. It's not only about gangs, and everyone thinks that gangs are the ones that are ruining the world and they're the only ones handling business shit. These political groups like Antifa and fucking Proud Boys, and there's several others, man, they've banded together for their cause. And they're true believers. In fact, they're more fanatical than I believe gang members are. See, And gang members, it's all professionalism and the way you think. We all want the same thing. You know, as a gang member, ex-gang member, I can tell you what we wanted. And we wanted social status of equality, meaning to be treated equal, just like everyone else. And we wanted a mamon from a torta. Or maybe that was just me. We all want to just kick it in our borders, defend them homes, and just relax and chill out and get money, right? Whereas these guys fucking want to overtake everything. They want you to vote their way, or it's the highway, and they'll burn it up while you're there. Anyway, so I kind of just wanted to throw this out there about the Antifa Proud Boys. I did witness a melee. It was probably worse than a prison. You know, I've seen a lot of prison melees. I've been involved in them. All the way from the youth authority to prison, man. And I've seen some that I haven't even spoken on yet that I will tell stories on in the near future. But I think the worst one I ever seen was a black and white riot. You rarely see that, but I seen it one time and it went down. Them ones were crazy, brother. Them blacks wasn't fucking around. They were knocking every white dude out in sight. But them woods had shanks. And that was different, brother. Coffee shank. Can I have both? And they were doing their thing. But anyways, yeah, the Antifa and the Proud Boys, I seen them go at it with my own two eyes. And did have interaction when I was with Flocka with the Antifa guys. And, you know, I've never really looked too deep into their history. What are the reasons behind their groups? I just know the names and what I've seen. And I could tell you no one group is at fault, less than, or fucking worse than the other. They both were about their business. There was Vatos getting snatched up. Little young white kids getting snatched up by their hoodies. Get over here. Where are you from? They were like, fuck that. Vatos fucking trying to light people on fire and everything was worse than fucking Mexicans, right? Shit, and we get a bad name. Anyways, with that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Just a little something I want to put out there for today on the smaller channel. Have you ever had any interaction, or what are these groups? Put it in the comments. Let me know exactly. I know they're political groups, but I'm ignorant to what they are. I guess I need to educate myself more before I do a spill, right? But I'm not talking about their history. I'm just talking about fucking a melee I seen and fools lighting fools on fire. True story. With that being said, move smooth with a purpose. Get every single thing that you want coming, and remember, at the end of the day, it's all about the strive to struggle, the struggle to strive. I'm going to continue to do what I do right here on the Collective Clips. Make sure you tap into Gunners Collective TV. We're almost at 100K. I appreciate all the support I'm getting over there, man. It's phenomenal, man. It's highly appreciated, more so than you would ever know. And let me know what you want. You know what? I want to take this channel in every different direction I can. We are still going to do the food thing, man. I got to wait till I get my food stamps. Then I'm going to hook it up. We are going to be doing some food things here. Some of the secret squirrel gunner recipes here. Some of the prison recipes, and whatever you guys want me to cook, we'll make it happen. So just let me know. Give me some info. I can only do what you want me to do. You guys, this is your channel. I just run it, right? Let me know what you want, and give me some ideas, and we'll make shit happen. With that being said, thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the show. AP, we got you. Raider crown. But we don't got a quarterback, so we're still going to lose. And I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for what I truly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people. With that being said, I'm out, man. Bang, bang.